So I made a video, a promotional video for my book, Meta Dimension, out now on Kindle. So who cares? Now, about why I find what the problem I find in physicalism and materialism, and I argue there that you can't get from physical processes to experience, and therefore physicalism and materialism is insufficient. And yeah, and that's where I stand now. If you just listen to that, you might get the impression that I am a dualist, that I believe that the reality separates into the internal and the external, right? Like that's what it sounds like. If either I think uh, either I believe everything is physical, or I believe some of it is mental, right? So no, that's wrong. And the problem with, like, why that's wrong is because, well, the term, it depends on how you define mental. Because if I understand this correctly, when anyone talks about the mental, they don't talk about just experience. They usually talk about something more like consciousness, but it's more specifically, they talk about all the things that happen in their heads, the thoughts, the memories, and the dreams, the stuff that, as it turns out, is maintained by the body, which is a physical thing. So if if someone gets brain damage, then they can't remember things, and the identity can mutate, and so that would be mental, right? That would be if this was dualism, then it would be I would be talking about the internal world. So the problem here is that dualism mixes things that should be external and calls them internal, and that's what's the problem with that. My problem with dualism, because otherwise this is basically, I'm saying the same thing. I'm just saying, yes, if you can't get from physical processes to experience, then by definition reality segments into two aspects, into experience and everything else. Like that, I cannot, if I argue the first, I have to argue the second. But experience is not mental. It's not mental. Is I would say it's just a messed up word, like consciousness, like souls, like every other thing that would incorporate experience, but not just experience. All of these terms, well, it's okay to talk about them, but remember that they are not fundamental, and they are not. And when you talk about them, you are actually like sneaking both physical and non-physical things together, so you get like a mesh that doesn't need to necessarily always be sensible or understandable, comprehensible. Like, so, and this is like, you might think I'm just hanging on to some specific detail, but it's not. It's like if you think about so many questions about, okay, what is internal world and external world? What is that? That's obviously moronic, like a concept, to think that there is an internal world and external world. You know that everything you perceive you get from a body, and so if you perceive something from a body that looks like wakeful reality, and if you perceive something that looks different, it's still something you get from a body, right? Now, yes, when you dream, you don't know exactly where you're getting those things from, but I won't go into that. But yes, you can also still infer that there is some connection with your body nonetheless. So, uh, so this is so I would never call myself a dualist, and I think if anyone is arguing for dualism, in a way they are in a worse spot than someone arguing for physicalism, because when you talk about physicalism, well, at least I can explain to you um, why I don't agree with you. But when you believe in dualism, you think it's so innocent to add all these all this other stuff that um, that it becomes really hard to explain that it's really like dualism doesn't work, and you need to change it to like and for me to talk in that language, like to talk in my language, you have to uh, abandon your dualism.